What is good, my good peoples? It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday, so you know we about to talk about Basketball Wives, episode 8, because y'all know last week I was like, let's just get this started. I'm just ready. I'm just ready for the foolishness to start going on. I'm just ready for the and oh, they gave it to me. Oh, they gave it to me. Like it was like some good moments and then like some ooh moments. You know, my bad. I just wanted to switch up that little angle just a little bit there, even though I still am not liking the lighting, but nonetheless, we still gonna get into this. So if you're new catching one of my recaps, what is good? Hey, I'm your girl Ash, where we basically get recaps, reactions, reviews, whatever you want to call it, to some of these good episodes some of these good shows that I be watching. So stick around if you like, see if you like your girl, and yes, if you wanna, keep coming back and checking me out. So, y'all, Basketball Wives yesterday, tonight, whatever, because I'm just now catching it. So, where do I even begin? Like, first off, as much as I hated Rockstar's delivery, I was literally like, this is exactly why he had apprehensiveness about her going. And then Angel herself even opened the door. Like, there's been some animosity. I haven't seen the girls. And yeah, I was immediately like, I did see where he was coming from. I did not like his delivery and his little "are you crazy" like type of little comments or whatever or whatnot. But at the end of the day, we know how these ladies can get. And literally what I literally was talking about happened, her possibly in the middle of a situation when things go left with these girls, puts her and that baby in danger. But her being the good friend that she was, whatever, she wanted to show up. Of course, she, did her best to protect her energy with all that was going on. But let's be honest here, like, again, look who we talking about here. So y'all, let's not even waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into this. Everything starts out good. Everything starts out well. First off, these is the most bougiest, whack ass. Like that, y'all so boring. Why does everything have to be all luxury? So all right, y'all. Like I said, they get there. It's good vibes. Everybody is there. Everybody is there, including Nia, Noria, Jennifer, Malaysia, Brandy. Everybody is there for the trip. As Duffy did say she was going to invite everybody. So, boom. Jackie being Jackie, Jackie basically, has a surprise. We know how Jackie do. When Jackie like does something, we know that Jackie's gonna do it. So she was basically like, we're in Las Vegas. I want to, we've done the Vegas thing like a lot, so many times. I want to try and do something different. And Jackie brings them to like this. I don't know was it a sanctuary or what, but it was where they had like camels and llamas, and basically, I guess they got like to ride like through a tour, like to see the different, to see the animals and then to interact with the camels. And these bitches, man, they were not with it. I was kind of excited. I would have went through with it. I might have kissed the Campbell, okay? Or like the Campbell, like for me, it's just about experiences, and maybe because these bitches, they got all these, they travel, they do that, and me, I'm over here like, Derek, Jackie, take me to see the camels. I would have been appreciative. I'm cool with that. I would have interacted with Fabio, like, y'all. Don't be Jackie freaky. Jackie be hiding stuff, but Jackie freaky. I don't, like we all know that. So I think she is giving a little bit of she gives us some oral whatever. Like Angel like made a joke about that she'll kiss a camel, but she don't give oral to Doug. Like Jackie just likes to hide a little something, just like at the same time. Jackie's like a little troll sometimes, whatever. And I don't mean that like in a bad way or whatever or whatnot. But I was like, look at these bougie bitches. Don't nobody want to look at the camel. Don't nobody want to do this. Don't nobody want to do that. This ain't luxury. I'm a germaphobe. Like, okay, everybody got their stuff. But I guess, per they say, they did end up enjoying the trip overall. So fast forward, while on the trip, while on that little trip or whatever or whatnot, with the cameras and everything, the girls go and see the llamas, and Malaysia and Angel end up like staying in like the little buggy bus thing or whatever, and it ends up opening up a conversation about the situation with Nia and her comment or whatever or whatnot. So when they ended up, having like a bonfire like after the fact, Brooke asked Angel basically what was that conversation. What were they talking about? Like clearly set up, like producer set up, Brooke being nosy set up, like it ain't none of y'all business. Why does it matter? But it basically ends up opening the door to basically Angel saying, basically she was asking me, excuse me, about Nia, the situation with Nia, how I felt, whatever, whatever. And so this is where the start of the trip went left. And I was like, yep, it's no coming back from this. It's no coming back from this. So Nia addresses it, apologizes, and I think Angel was basically like, but off top, like in her interview, she was saying that she didn't believe that the apology, was a genuine apology to begin with. Let's start there, and then basically that what else that she was basically saying. So and it ended up basically opening a door for something was said. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember. So let's just whatever. So while Nia did apologize, she as well ended up, I guess, explaining how the events ended up happening necessarily. Like it does seem a little bit shady. She's like, oh, well, they came back and showed you or told you. And was like, no, it was me. Like, she's like, well, the day, both you and Duffy both approached me about basically what was posted or whatever. And Brooke was just making it clear, like, at the end of the day, I'm the one who showed Duffy. I'm the one who showed the girls. So at the end of the day, I'm the reason why it even came out to everybody. So, and Duffy, of course, she was like, for one, like, why are you throwing me into your apology? Just take accountability for the post. And Nia felt like she needed to, I guess, explain how the whole events and why she reacted the way she reacted, kept talking mess about Angel or the situation or whatever or whatnot. And for a second, I did feel like, not even for a second, it was a bit rough. I did feel bad for Nia. I ain't even gonna sit here and hold y'all, whatever, whatnot. Like, I felt bad. Like, Duffy and Brooke were definitely like going in and going hard. But I kind of get where they were coming from, because it was just like none of this would have even came out the way it came out if you would have just taken accountability for the post. Like, at this point, just take accountability for the post. You posted it. It did not go over well with the people there, with Angel. Just let that be that. Take accountability for that. And then boom, we can just kind of like move on and I guess like, like be done. But of course it didn't end up that way. Duffy ended up, getting up and walking away from the table because she did have her last performance with French that night, and she had invited I was about to call her Duchess, British, to go with her, as well as support, because this is when also she's going to ask French to basically help her, and do a song for her or whatever or whatnot. So of course, Noria is going to be like in defense of her sister. For one, if she was not, then we would clearly be having some problems. So, Noria's like, at the end of the day, like, you guys don't, y'all don't know her yet. And which, yeah, at this point, it is a bad start. Like, everything is starting off not necessarily like okay, as far as like being that everybody's still getting to know y'all, as far as like, the group wise, like Jackie brought y'all in, y'all still new, people are still getting to know y'all, and that's the impression that you automatically give out. But at the same time, you say you'll see that I'm not that type of person, but you are maybe. So nonetheless, they end up, Nia, Noria, and Angel end up, having a sidebar, like, conversation. And Noria speaks up that basically she feels like that, Duffy and Brooke are like, mean girls and being mean girls about it. And at the end of the day, Angel's like, look, that's y'all issue. That's the issue to be dealt with them. As far as me is concerned, like, you gonna respect me, and that's just that, period. Like, Angel is willing to move on from it, willing to just get on from the drama. Like she said, they're not gonna be best friends. They're not gonna be the bestest of friends. But it's just time to, all right, it's been addressed. Now we need to go ahead and just move forward with the situation. But it didn't move forward. It carried over. It carried over. So the girls go to the, to the little mansion, house, whatever it is that, Duffy got set up for them. Angel is like, come on, from the travel, like, for one, the travel, the girls, just everybody just looks worn out and tired. Angel, her feet are just, like, swollen, so she's already just like calling it, like, I'm obviously not gonna go. Today's been a lot. My feet. And I'm like, girl, you are a whole pregnant. No, nobody's holding this against you. You're definitely not a party pooper. You're pregnant. And then you've been traveling. Y'all still did like the little camel trip. And then no, you need to go lay down and you need to go put your feet up and you need to relax for the rest of the evening. Now, our girl British want a man, okay? Our girl British want a man. Maybe she was even talking about having a one night stand, okay? So of course, like, Duffy did basically what she said she was gonna do. Like, French is single, so here it is. Look, she was selling British like that girl was a can of paint. Like, she was selling her bet. Like, she put on like this. It even had. I was like, okay, let me find out. Like, French might be like, it was cute though, but no, for real, like, she was so nervous. And like, British was just like, at the end of the day, like, we just want to know. She asked us, you gonna do like a track for her, whatever or whatnot. And my French was like, alright, like, come on, like, they've been knowing each other for years. And that's basically where really, I want to mess up everybody's name tonight. So that must mean that Ashley, you doing too much and you probably need to slow down. So Duffy, banking on the fact of their relationship, them being so close, the relationship they've had over the years. Basically, she was hoping that, regardless to, hey, you're a big star, you charge this probably, much for features and stuff like that, but I need you to just look out for your girl, help your girl out, whatever, whatever. Because at the end of the day, like, this is still her last show and being the DJ. And he gives the okay. I mean, I think it definitely would have been, I think we all would have been looking at French probably a little bit funny if he would have said, no. So, but at the same time, like, what if he was just like giving her yeah, for the cameras? Like, we gonna see. I guess we gonna see, y'all. Like, we gonna see in the future. Like, and it's kind of like she right. Like, I get exactly what you're saying. If French is not gonna take me serious, if French doesn't work for me, how am I gonna expect other artists and all that to want to work with me and whatever. So you go to your main source, you go to your main resource. I would do the same thing. We've been rocking this long. I've supported you, you've supported me. Like, I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to do this. Like, help your sister out, okay? Help your sister out. And then, I can, slide you a little bag, after that or whatever, whatnot, if that's even like the route they want to go. But y'all, like I said, this whole situation ended up carrying over into Duffy's show. So I don't know if she was lit. I don't know if, she just ended up feeling a ways after it was all said and done. But, she ends up calling and basically saying that, she didn't like the vibes. And basically she was thinking about disinviting Nia. I'm going to be clear, because at first it did seem like she was disinviting both of them. But in the beginning, she did specifically say, I don't know if I want to invite her. Right? Right. Because when she did address them both, because they ended up walking in the room right in the midst of, I guess, her having this conversation with Duffy on FaceTime. I mean, not with Duffy, with Brandy on FaceTime, with everybody again, with all the other ladies. She says, well, I think y'all, should not go, basically, because of the drama. This is my night. It's my birthday. And basically Nia is already coming in hot on her birthday, which I could definitely feel. It is like, girl, right. You're in your interview, talk about, I'm here for your birthday. I'm here, boo. You might gotta bring this down a little bit. You might gotta bring it down a little bit. And it's kind of like, either you're gonna have tough skin around these ladies, or you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. You're either gonna stand your ground with them and keep it that way, or you're kind of just gonna rock with the flow and realize that it's gonna be ups and downs. Everything's not always gonna be cool. Like whatever. All I got to say though is when Duffy made it clear that it was like, oh well, y'all shouldn't go. The energy, blah blah blah. Y'all sit this out. For me, if it was me and my sister, if it was me and Rashina, like after the vibe at the bonfire, and now we're here supposed to be on a trip for you, celebrating whatever, even though this is one night. For me, I felt like that one moment had already set the tone. Like things for me had already just got ugly enough when they were at the bonfire. Me and Rashina would have been gone. We would have went stage left because there was no way that we were going to stay after that. So, and like I said, I would expect Noria to defend her sister, like that's her sister. I don't expect her to try to side with these ladies and not like, for me, y'all see what I'm talking about. And then about us running, it's just about the vibes, feeling the energy, seeing what's happening right now. It's just, and for me, as far as I was concerned, that should have been the right move. After how it ended, that should have been the right move. They should have went on and just left. So, nonetheless, though, I think everybody was done. Because even when you were really sitting around looking, at everybody just looked tired and worn out, from the traveling. They took, a private jet. So they were probably drinking the whole time, eating, partying, just having a good old time. So nobody ended up going to the show but Brandy, British, and Brooke or whatever or whatnot. And which show went great, of course. But it after the show, which ended at like 5 o'clock, that's DJ stuff. Like yo, that's crazy. But like it of course brought her back to the place like, yo, I enjoy doing this. Like she made a point to herself and realizing that I'm really just at my peak. Well, I haven't got to my peak yet. Like I enjoy doing this. I love doing this. It's not work for me. It's absolute fun. And I'm not ready to be done with this yet. I'm for it. Now, when she get back home and tell her husband, because one thing about it, with the finances, that's one of the big things. But stuff like this is for me is also just like when you both realize that when y'all not on the same page with what y'all want and what y'all want for the family, I think that's where that rough stuff, that tough stuff start coming in. And it's now like, all right, well, what are we doing? Where are we going? I thought our family was going to look like this. You talking about you want to do this. And Iman seems like he's very like, not even going to say persistent, but he's very stuck in the fact that this is what he wants. He wants Duffy at home. Not necessarily maybe it's being a stay-at-home mom, but he definitely wants her home more. And being a DJ and going on tour with French is definitely not his idea of her being home more. But as well, compromise. Marriage is all about compromise. So if that's something that they can, work through and get over, then obviously, everything's good. Everything's great. Like we ain't gotta worry about this. Some of this stuff is just, trivial stuff, but we can get through it. Like we can move on. So when everybody, gets back to, oh no, let's talk about Jackie, because I love that we got to see, and I think it was like that for everybody, and it so improved, because Jackie, if you think about it, Jackie is about her crazy antics, being a fool, being a little gossip, being a little messy, but she does not really open up about her marriage or whatever or whatnot. And especially when, she is like the pillar of marriages or whatever or whatnot. Like she's been married the longest, with her spouse the longest. They're still together. They have a great relationship. They're renewing vows every year. Like at the end of the day, like they all look up to Jackie when it comes to like that marriage and relationship aspect. So she does end up having a conversation, just like with Malaysia about, being vulnerable and opening up, not only to Malaysia, because, Malaysia's like one of her best girl or whatever, whatnot, as far as the show is concerned, but as well opening up to all the girls about her fears and not being good. And hey, I put on this face all the time, but check on your strong best friends, okay? Like, I totally can attest to that. Like, I'm definitely one of those strong ones. It really may take a lot for me to end up talking about stuff like that. I feel like eventually that I will, and sometimes obviously, I think it's just that's just safe or whatever for you to hold some things in, not necessarily for yourself, but everybody doesn't need to know everything about what you got going on. And so at the same time, when you do tell somebody what you do want to tell them, you want to know that there's a trust factor there, as well. So her opening up to the girls and them as well, like, thank you, Jackie. And Jackie, we are here. And it was great. Like, it was needed, and it helped to open the door for Malaysia and for Brandy. Malaysia from there, coming off of, Jackie and trying, and talk coming off of Jackie and kind of like just piggybacking off of Jackie and just talking about, her own stuff and had, how she, she's been in her own, place that's not always been the best rate because of her own situations. And she apologizes. I'm about to cry, y'all. I cried at the moment. Like, I'm such a crybaby. She apologizes to Brandy for not being, a good friend. And for, if, basically that it was never an intention to intentionally hurt Brandy, in any way. And it being as well safe to say that there might have been some things while they might have been close. Like I said, there were some things that was not fully being shared. There were some things that Brandy might not have been privy to or whatever or whatnot, because when, I ain't gonna lie, when she hit the we don't know each other, like, I was like, okay, oh wow, like, okay, but is that in the aspect of we've been separated for years and we've now changed, or we maybe didn't know each other even the way we thought that we knew each other, even just in the friendship setting or whatever. But Brandy was open. Brandy was open and Brandy was receptive. It was like, you know what? If you say that you didn't know about Wolf, cool. I'm just going to take that. But basically, she expected more because of the relationship that they had once she did find out that Wolf had passed away. And at the end of it, they were able to, and man, that embrace right there, like that man. And I sat there like, but I don't know how things, man, because these previews is messing me up, man. These previews are messing me up. But for now, while it's good, I'm going to enjoy the moment of them being in bliss and maybe not being the best of friends, but at least finally being able to come to, where there's no arguing and yelling from each other. They're able to say what they have to say. Both of them are being receptive to it. And gosh, like because that was definitely a I missed you friend, I'm sorry friend type of hug, because them things was holding on to each other. So like I said, I don't know how things are going to end with that is concerned, because I definitely think that British was calling out Malaysia in that little preview of what's to come to still this season or whatever or whatnot. But like I said, I'm just gonna live in bliss of where they're at right now. But again, shortly after the good old peace offering, here comes the shit. So it did, like, why did it always seem like all the girls would be together and then Nia and Noria always coming in like late to the party or something? Like, I don't know. I did not like that. I did not like that. But that is what ended up happening yet again when, they're having their kumbaya moment or whatever or whatnot. They ended up showing up, and Duffy's like, good, like, she's like has good energy. She's got finished meditating, which is kind of like, girl, you was just trying to be one with the universe and now you're ready to knock somebody out. Like, girl, go back and get some more meditation done. So y'all, what even happened? So I think, obviously Duffy hit on the fact that, everybody didn't show up, for the show. And which again, everybody, in which it was understanding. Obviously, Angel definitely gets your excuse. The beginning of the trip already was just wore a lot of them out or whatever or whatnot. And she ends up asking, are they twins? Are they twins? I feel like are they just sisters or are they twins? I don't know. But she ends up, asking them, like, what did they do? And it was like, we slept. And basically what we ended up finding out is after the fact, because she was like, well, what did y'all do? And then, because that threw me off, I was like, now you want to know what they did? Like, you didn't disinvite them? But apparently she felt bad. Duffy felt bad about being mean and then chose to re-invite them. In their defense, I wouldn't have went either. I don't know. I just don't think I would have run either. I definitely get, like, she was trying to make it right at that point, but it was just kind of like, for me, like, the damage was already done. It was to me, it's just already bad. It's just already bad. Like, the vibes, like, it was, I honestly just wouldn't win either. Like, hey, maybe let's try to regroup the next day. Again, I already felt like they just shouldn't even, I just felt like maybe they just should have just went on and chose to leave. But at the same time, I get it. Like, this is just a hump. We just need to get over this, whatever. Like, according to Nia anyway, like, it's whatever. I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. Because I don't even know how it ended up, like, getting, like, Noria asked Duffy, like, at the end of the day, what's your problem with me? And she was like, what do you mean? I don't have no problem with you. Like, what did I say? She's like, well, you disinvited me. And she was like, no, it was really about Nia or whatnot. I said their names right. It was about Nia. Noria wanted to know why she was not invited. I think I said their names right. So either way, they showed the clip. And in the beginning, yes, she does say her. But then when they both end up coming in and she was talking to them, she said they. And what she was like, well, honestly, forgive me for assuming that if I disinvited your sister, I assumed that you weren't going to come either. Which is right. You like I told y'all, she ain't gonna like if me calling her name out like this, but me and Rashina, if I'm uninvited, yeah, she's definitely not going. And if we feel this, that it's time for us to go. So, boom, being sisters, like I said, like I could totally get it or whatnot, because I guess they were kind of like both like over speaking each other, trying to get their like points out, talking to Duffy. So Duffy felt like she was like being ganged up on. And I don't even think it was that. I just think it was just sister probably trying to defend sister. One sister was trying to figure out what her issue is. The other sister is I get it. Because I can see how that could be me and my sister too. Like boom, boom, boom. And we get loud, and not even necessarily because we're getting loud, because we're getting like, we're ready to fight or anything like that. We're just loud people. Y'all. So I can totally get at least where she was coming from with feeling like both of your sisters are talking to me. I can only handle y'all at one time. Y'all ganging up on me type of thing. But either way, it ends up going left. Disrespect. Bitch words flying all around. And then Dave Duffy's like, you know what? Y'all can just go. Y'all want to stay. Y'all energy's messed up. Whatever. Duffy goes and throws a paper plate. And I said, boom. Here we go. This is what I was talking about right here. Literally, I said that's all that Angel needs is for something to break out and then her just being right there in the midst and the line of fire. She ends up throwing something. Duffy throws something. So in return, Noria throws something. Over here across the way, that had to been, it only makes sense to me that had to been Brooke who threw something, because I hear Jackie saying, hey, Angel, you need to move. Let's move you out of the situation because they're throwing things, whatever. Soon as that glass gets thrown, a drink or whatever, which I'm pretty sure was Brooke, because not right soon after it happened, she was right on the other side of the table, ready to get her one, ready to go ahead and get it on. Duffy jumping at them. Security trying to hold back the twins or the sisters. They trying to hold back Brooke over here. Like, it is about to be an all-out brawl. All I know is in the mix of it, because Brandy was the only one trying to hold Duffy back. And I can't even lie. Like, when things just started, I just feel like, why didn't anybody just try to do more to de-escalate this situation? Especially when there is a pregnant girl in the midst or whatever or whatnot. Like, everybody just wanting to be bystanders, just watching or whatever or whatnot. And I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me always just wanting to be the peacemaker, whatever, whatever, whatever. But I'm just like, y'all, come on now. Like, yeah, let's be women here. Let's grow up. Where do y'all think when y'all start throwing stuff? Where do you think that that's gonna go? Nobody's gonna back down at that point. At that point, because basically they feel like they got to be back in defense and start throwing stuff. I just hate it. I hate that throwing stuff. I hate the throwing stuff, and then boom, somebody ends up getting hurt, which it ends up being sounds like it looks like it was Brandy who ends up getting hurt, possibly cut by glass. Like they're gonna be calling like the emergency, the ambulance. Like y'all, this was a complete shit show. And I loved it. I loved it. I love every little bit of it. I loved it, but I hate it. I love it, y'all, but I hate it. Like you see what I'm at? Be fighting with my own self. Be fighting with my own self. So you see why now I was like, you know what? I already felt it. I already felt the energy for it feels me, my sister. Nah. Y'all, we'll catch y'all next time. Maybe we'll try to sit down with Duffy. Maybe we'll try to sit down with, Brooke at another time or whatever. Because at the end of the day, like Brooke is like, it's a no for me. It's a no for me. Like, she's done with these. I think both of them, not just one of them. I think she's done with these sisters, like, all together. For her, it's just, it's done, y'all. It's crazy. So, of course, y'all let me know. Let me know your thoughts about this episode. And can I just say that I wish before I end this, before I leave off, y'all, wait a minute. I have to say that I wish Malaysia would have peed in that pool with. I know you're like, ew, let's be honest. Like, how many times? Don't y'all be trying to be bougie like y'all ain't peeing no pools. Like y'all don't be peeing no pools. Encourage your kids to pee in the pool, chlorine, whatever. When Malaysia was joking with that girl Malaysia was joking with Jackie about peeing in the pool. She made a good point. Like Jackie has put Malaysia, like I said, like Jackie and Malaysia have always been like close. And Jackie will rope Malaysia up in all of her craziness. And Malaysia's just like, look, at the end of the day, I just do this. I'm doing this to basically like low key torture Jackie because Jackie's always doing something, always got me in something, and Jackie can take it. Jackie can dish it, but she can't take it. That was one of the happy moments of the show for me. Funny moments too, obviously. Besides this kumbaya moment with Malaysia and Brandy, which again, I'm going to stay on this bliss with them for as long as I can, because who knows, by next week it may be something different. So I will see y'all next week. Don't be shy, don't be scared. Talk to me in the comments down below, and of course, like I said, come back, see if you like the girl, and yeah, maybe I'll see you next time. Peace.